Oh, I also totally hate standing desks, by the way.
What the fuck's the point of that? The only good thing about work is you get to sit down.
Right, right. Or it's like, then get a job bartending, get a job as a nurse where you're
I
on your feet.
bartended. That sucked. Your fucking
It
feet
does
kill
suck. Your feet kill you. Like your first 2 weeks bartending, first couple nights are the worst, but it's brutal.
you. And I used to bartend when there was smoking allowed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Dang. It looks cool. It looks like I'll watch videos when they used to be able to smoke
But you
in the
come home and you just like literally take your clothes off at the door and just
yeah,
fucking
you just stink.
you stunk like fucking an ashtray.
Yeah. Everyone smelled smoke whether you like it or not.
I was bartending I was like 16 years old bartending in New York
How? How did you get a bartending job at 16?
because I was a bar back. One of my neighbors was straight from Ireland, and I was friends with their son, and he got me a job as a bar back. And then one of their bartenders got deported. He was an Irish guy, and she's like, Cecil, you know how to mix a drink? And I'm like, I think so. She's like, Mel will teach you. Another Irish guy. He's like, use your fucking ears. They give the ingredients in almost everything they order. Rum and Coke, gin and tonic. Just fucking, he gives me like a 5-minute fucking bartender. Then he's like,
Wow.
he's like giving me like the Bay Breeze, Sea Breeze, all the fucking things. He goes, after midnight, no matter what they fucking order, you give them vodka, orange, and cranberry. If they complain, put a splash of pineapple in it. I did that for like fucking 4 years. He was 100% right. No one.
Really?
I was like, these
What
are
were
the
people ordering that you would just give them? What is that? Just a modified
just give them a fucking mattress.
Bay Breeze?
Like Bay Breeze, Sea Breeze, Sex on the Beach. I was like, yeah, they were all the same fucking drink, and almost no one ever. But this tastes weird. He said, if they complain, hit it with pineapple. If they complain again, put a splash of triple sec in it. And I swear to God, I did that for years, and fucking it worked.
Because some of those drinks are mostly grapefruit juice based. Some are like, I don't know.
Yeah, Greyhound is the Greyhound is the grapefruit one. That one, but he was right. Most of the time, they're just fucking order. They tell you what the drink is. A place
They
and
want
I
some kind
would
of
be handing out like groups
thing.
of drinks to girls. It'd be, we wanted the Sex on the Beach. We wanted, and it would be the same drink. And I'd be like, these are yours. Oh, hold on. And even sometimes pretend like, no, hold on. It's the same drink. I'm moving them back and forth. Wait, this one was you. It's like fucking, yeah.
Wow.
But it was all just a bunch of fucking raging alcoholics in New York City. So
I learned some hard lessons my first bartending job because it's hard to work somewhere unless you have experience, and no place will hire you unless you have experience. And I worked at the Patriot, which is on Chambers and Church Street, and there I was like looking around for a job, and there was a sandwich board outside that said "Shameless Saturday Night Sluts Wanted," and I was like, okay, this seems like my speed. Like the scene, that's me. There's no way they'd have that now in 2023. But oh God, I remember somebody ordered like whiskey or Jameson. I just poured a whole glass of it, like filled a rocks glass to the top. And I was like, here. And they're like, wow.
Club
okay, thanks. It was so bad. I didn't realize.
Did the owner see that and be like, what the fuck are you doing?
No, the owner was a drunk. I don't remember his name, but he was a millionaire. He owned a lot of the really famous legendary bars in New York City, like Yogi's and Coyote Ugly, and I think a couple others.
That one's still around.
There's one place that I work called the Duck, which is in Spanish Harlem. That place was not bad, but the neighborhood wasn't the best. I had to take a bus there, and I would work between like the Duck and the Patriot, and it was mostly. And I worked the morning shift. I'm like, who's coming?
That's what it was called? It was called the Patriot?
Yeah, the Patriot. I wonder if it's still open. I should go.
Where it was downtown Manhattan? By the way.
It's on Chambers and Church Street. Yeah.
Okay.
And there was there was construction workers that would come in right at 10 a.m. and start drinking PBR. Like they would just get a pitcher of PBR.
You want to get the nerves before you start working on a crane.
And there was a jukebox that only played Creedence Clearwater Revival. Every song on there was CCR no matter what. And I was like, I actually got to a place where I didn't mind them. I was like, oh, I kind of like that. Now every time I hear it, I'm reminded of that job. But yeah, that was a fun job. I was confused for another bartender named Patience, who if you told her it was your birthday, they'd be like, "Oh, can I get the birthday candles?" And someone asked me for it one day. I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "You don't do birthday candles?" I was like, "What? I have no idea." Birthday candles is when literally take your tits out.
Uh-huh.
You light a paper match, you split the end of it, you do that on each nipple. First of all, you have to have the kind of nipples that can facilitate holding a match, which I
Right.
don't have. And then you just, without asking for ID or proof date of birth, you just have lit matches on each of your nipples, and then the person whose allegedly birthday it is gets to blow them out. And these are things that the women would do for free at this bar.
You need those pencil eraser nipples for that.
I don't have that. Yeah, I'm not built for that. I would immediately burn myself. They would just fall right off. I'd be like, "Meow."
They'd
Sad.
be like, well, just show us your tits. How about that?
Yeah.
Can we compromise?
I'd be standing there, like trying to get them hard, being like, I'm so sorry. This never happens. Like,
An ice cube.
yeah, like, just dipping them in the ice bucket and in the ice bin. Oh, that was the worst too. And sometimes when you break a glass into the ice,
Oh yeah, that's the
you're like,
worst.
well, you got to dump it all out. Oh, there were roaches. There were roaches that would come out of the ground and out of the bar sink. They'd be like, oh, those are just water bugs.
Water bugs.
Oh
Did,
yeah.
did they serve food there?
Did they sell? God, that's a really good question. They must have. Maybe they did at the Duck. Maybe we just had chips. No, maybe not. I think maybe
Does that
not.
help with the roaches if there's no food? You're still gonna get them, especially the ones that like live off like spilt liquor under the mats and nobody.
Oh,
And then you pick up the mats and it's like lifting a rock in the fucking swamp. It's like a million roaches. You're like, oh.
The Patriot Saloon.
Why do
Have
people
food.
live in New York? Why do people live in New York? It's just roaches and rats. And
Now I don't understand why.
Fucking insanity.
Did you know that the Patriot does have food? And I just, as part of my PTSD, completely blocked it out. Yes, now okay, I remember these little burgers. Wow, it actually has really good reviews. It's considered an American restaurant. Wow. Maybe they've improved it since I worked there.
Well, how can you improve on fucking whiskeys poured to the rim and chicks pulling out their I think they had the right formula right back then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Put up a few roaches.
They should just call it MAGA country.
As long as as you and Patience are working, that's fine. You pour the drinks, she pulls out her tits, and I'll sit there for hours.
I guess I started working there. God, when did I work there? 2007, 2008. But apparently they were all making a killing. And then
how'd you do?
They said 9/11 messed with their tips. I remember they were talking about that. And then they started pooling tips like just before I got there. So apparently they were all making so much money, and then they started pooling tips, and then everything.
How'd you do? Well, if you're pulling tips, then you're not pulling your tits out anymore.
Right.
Fuck that shit.
No, fuck that shit. It's interesting because I could see the bartender to strip club pipeline very easily, because like there were girls that were like, oh hey, we're going cocktailing at whatever strip club, like come pick up a shift with us. And then it's like, I'm like, oh, do you have to? You start working as a cocktail waitress at these strip clubs, and then it's like, okay, now you work at a strip club.
I know girls that worked as cocktail waitresses as strip clubs and never stripped, and they could have, but they were there for years. They would, they stuck around for years. They made good money. They were like the back rub girls. They would also.
Yeah, it's interesting. The more life you live, the more you're like, do I have regrets? I don't think I do, because I wouldn't be where I am in my career if I had just bowed out.
Yeah, like everything that you went through got you to where you are now, which is on a podcast with me. So yeah, you made a few wrong turns on them.
What? consider myself so lucky and grateful because having worked at many jobs for many years, like I would so much rather be sitting here talking to you than any other job I've had.
Aw. Yeah, that's
Aw.
true. That's true. I'm doing this now. I'm really gonna start hitting pedal to the metal on YouTube. I had my book out, which is now in the mail, everybody. They're going
Ooh, I want
so
one.
I'll send you
Yeah.
text me an address to send it to, and I'll
Okay.
I think I have
P.O. Box 884, Chappaqua, New York, 10514.
it. All right. Everybody send her
I
things.
just doxed myself. Love you guys. Thank you for the chats. Thank you for the comments. I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Bye. All right. Love you guys. God, I don't even want to leave. This candle smells so good. I don't want to leave. All right. Love you guys. Talk to you soon. Bye. Love you all. Join the Discord. Feet. Love you all. Wow. You guys are awesome. Love you, get it. Bye, guys. Bye. Now I'm really leaving. Love you. Bye.